It's week 17. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be messy. I know that. You know that. Buckle your seatbelts and let's dive right in. What's up, Couch Fam? Welcome to my final weekly rankings video. These are my fantasy football ranks, PPR for week 17. And let's start off with the quarterbacks. Which brings me to my bold prediction of the week. Jalen Hurts got in a limited practice today. I think he is going to play. I think he's really pushing to play, and I think he's going to have a great performance. So my bold prediction of the week, Jalen Hurts is going to play. He's going to start at quarterback, and he's going to be a top 3 quarterback this week. I mean, hey, we can rank him number 3, we can rank him number 2, or we can be extra bold and rank him number 1, which I will do. But I think he'll be a top 3 quarterback. I absolutely love him. Let's say he doesn't play. I have Gardner Minshew ranked at QB 12, right? Because we would get rid of Jalen Hurts, so Minshew would be 12. But these are my rankings. Hopefully you have a guy like Justin Herbert or better. If you're in a desperate spot, I think Gardner Minshew, Mike White, Brock Purdy make for fine starts. Daniel Jones will be good. Limited upside, though. He's going to get you 17, 18, 19 points. It's going to be very difficult for him to get more than 20 unless he scores a rushing touchdown or something like that. Yeah, that's really it for quarterbacks. You're probably not starting anybody outside of the top 20. You got to be really desperate to do that. All right, let's move on to running backs. Now, this will be the most important position in this video because wide receivers going to be kind of tough to predict what's going to happen there. In some cases, especially the elite guys. Tight ends always tough to predict. Quarterbacks we can predict fairly well, and running backs we can, but it's very messy. So, Derrick Henry's probably not going to play tonight. Tony Pollard's probably not going to play tonight. They're pretty much 100% that they're not going to play. It's already been reported they're not playing. But in other news, what's going to happen here? James Conner hasn't been practicing. My guess is that that's all rest. He's had a long season. Just resting and preserving him. Now, Austin Eckler is questionable. This is questionable right here. I don't know if he's going to play or not. If he does play, I'd imagine he doesn't get a full workload. The Chargers locked up a playoff spot. There's a really good chance he doesn't play. All we can do is monitor the situation. So that's the one where I'm just like, watch out. Like, go pick up Joshua Kelly. Now, Joshua Kelly's not going to be a great start either. It'll probably be some kind of committee. So he's not really a good start. Like, Joshua Kelly to me is a RB3 or a desperate flex start. Not bad, not great. But if you're super desperate or in a deep league, Joshua Kelly should be a blessing. I love Saquon Barkley. I love C-Mac. Ramondre, I'm guessing he'll be the lone back there. Again, Ezekiel Elliott on paper doesn't seem to have a good matchup. But with Tony Pollard out and Zeke having a good floor on a good team that scores a lot of points and not a lot of competition now in that backfield, I think Zeke is a must start. I'm getting questions about ETN. The Jaguars will start their starters. If you have ETN, he is a must start. Don't think twice. Look, even if I'm wrong and they end up benching their starters in the second half or fourth quarter, you don't want to make a decision based on that. Start ETN, go down with him, win with him, have him in your lineup. That's for sure. Josh Jacobs has a really tough matchup. Raiders are a complete mess. So it's tough to kind of rank. I mean, I might even rank him RB13. I would even consider starting Miles Sanders ahead of Josh Jacobs. It's just really not looking good for him. It's just far from an ideal situation. So I'm going to go ahead and call him a high-end RB2. it's really looking that messy. And I know that Nick Chubb has not performed well. He's been a huge disappointment in the playoffs. But if you have him, he's pretty much a must start. Whether you agree with my rankings or not, he's still a top 12 running back. Like, I like him more than Josh Jacobs, that's for sure. And it's not really even close. So whether you'd rank Chubb at 12 or 11 or 10, he's still going to be a must start for your team, especially if we get some more news like James Conner being limited or not playing, or Austin Eckler not playing. Then Chubb moves up to top 8, even if you hate him. So Chubb is an absolute must start. I think Miles Sanders does bounce back as long as he's healthy, so keep tabs on him. I'd still feel comfortable starting Pacheco and McKinnon against the Broncos. I got to do it. I'd rather just start them and see what happens than risk it on a terrible player. One of my favorite players is going to be Brian Robinson. There is some worry there. Ron Rivera is a straight shooter, and he's saying that he's not worried about Gibson at all. No new injuries for Gibson per se, but he is having that knee and, a knee-foot issue, like 2 sprains. And it's bad, and he hasn't practiced one bit this week. He's also not really getting too much work, so let's just make a educated guess here. Let's say that Gibson plays. There's a chance he doesn't play at all. Let's say he plays. He probably won't have a prominent role. So I like Brian Robinson in this matchup. I think they'll use him quite a bit. Lots of touchdown potential. Not the best PPR back, but then again, J.D. McKissic is out for sure. And I don't think Antonio Gibson will get a lot of run, especially in a game script where it's close. If it's a 2-minute drill or something, I do see Gibson going in there. But I don't think there'll be too many opportunities where the Commanders will be trailing too much. They won't be too far behind in this game. It'll be a close game. And the Commanders could easily pull out a win here. Hassan Haskins. He is an okay start. I like him more than Joshua Kelly, probably, if let's say Eckler were to be out. I know we won't know that because Hassan Haskins plays in a few minutes here. He's going to be playing today. I'm recording this Thursday. So I like Haskins. Again, he's going to be like a RB3 flex, maybe low-end RB2. So right now I got him ranked as my RB25. I don't love him in this matchup. There's not a whole lot of running backs left in that backfield. It's going to be messy. Dallas Cowboys defense is going to tee off. It's not going to be a good day for the Titans offense. Not a lot of touchdowns. Whoever's suiting up at running back for the Titans could steal some carries. Probably going to be Joey Chestnut, something like that. I got his name wrong. Julius Chestnut. I think I named the guy who eats hot dogs for a living. I'm not good with names, but I improve. I try to get better. So I don't love him, just so you know. Hassan Haskins, great ad this week. In theory, he's good. But if you're in a 10-team league, you really don't want to start him. All right, moving on to wide receivers. This will probably be quick. It's going to be messy, folks. Like, I'm telling you that right now. I don't like Devontae Adams, but you have no choice but to start him. The Patriots will triple team Tyreek Hill, and that probably won't stop him. It'll just slow him down for a quarter or two. Stephon Diggs, still a must start. I like him this week, even though he's been horrible. DeAndre Hopkins, you're starting him. That's pretty much it. It's going to be messy. I'm telling everybody to start Zay Jones. I'm telling everybody to start Donovan Peoples-Jones. Start all those guys. Brandon Cooks, he's not injured. I think he missed practice probably due to personal reasons or something, not injury related. Brandon Cooks is a good start. All right, moving on to tight ends. All right, here we go. This is, I'm caving in here. Mark Andrews, I'm not ranking tight end 2. I'm late, but I'm doing it. I still like Mark Andrews, but he's not an absolute must start. He's going to be more aligned with guys like Schultz, Knox, Goddard, around that tier. And just not a must start like he once was. He's not elite. He's not doing well. The Ravens' offense is just not lighting it up, not doing much at all, and definitely not doing much in the passing game, like at all. Like there's zero passing offense. There's just not a lot of offense overall. So I just don't feel comfortable starting Mark Andrews. This will be a low-scoring game. Steelers, Ravens. You start Mark Andrews, you're pretty much hoping for a touchdown, which wasn't the case with Mark Andrews. That's why he used to be so good, is he would get you 10 points without a touchdown. That's no longer the case. He's much more touchdown dependent, like any other decent tight end. Cole Kmet could have a huge game this week. I like that. Jawan Johnson's back in the mix. He is going to be one of your best ads if you need a streaming option, because he did bad last week, but people don't look at the details. It was bad weather. We all knew that was going to happen. This week, I like Jawan Johnson more. Not the best matchup or anything, but they got to throw to somebody. There's not a whole lot of options there for the Saints to throw to. All right, let's move on to defenses. My super elite tier 1 is going to be the Cowboys and Niners. If you have either of those two, definitely start them. This week, a lot of people are overrating the Jags D. I love them, don't get me wrong, but they are not a top 2, top 3 defense. Not even top 5 for me. They are a little bit risky. The Texans' record, yeah, they're like the worst team in the league if you look at their record. But I think they're a little bit better than that. They've been in a lot of close games. Didn't they push the Chiefs to go to overtime? And they've had a lot of close games. They're really not that horrible of a team. They're not good, don't get me wrong. Like they keep these games close, and this might be a close game as well. So I like them, but I'm only having them at number 7, right along the same lines as the Chargers D. So not a big difference between the Jags and Chargers. I like the Giants D more. Eagles D is elite. Chiefs D is elite. But if you have any of these two, or somehow you're able to get the Cowboys or Niners D, go get one of those and start them with confidence. I don't really think you need to look past the top 13 defenses or 12 defenses I got. You'll probably be able to get one of these top 12 defenses. Like I think that one of the more sneaky starts would probably be the Jets D, going against a banged up Seahawks team. Jets D's on fire, and now that they got their real quarterback back, Mike White, he's gonna elevate the team so much more than it was last week. He's gonna take that team was here, is going to be up here with Mike White. He makes a huge difference. We all know quarterback makes a big difference. And we all know Zach Wilson is a big pile of poop. So it's going to make a lot of difference. It's going to go from smelling like a stinky poop to smelling very nice. Very nice smells. Potpourri smells. Anybody still use potpourri? I don't know. For kickers, try to get a top 5 option. Tyler Bass is fine this week. I have confidence in him. Try to get a top 5 kicker. That's what I'm really, really wanting from you guys. If not, you can. Cameron Dicker should be a fine kicker this week. I love him. I might even move him ahead of Tyler Bass. That is a tough one there. That's a tough one. I really like Cameron Dicker. I might do that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. It's really close. So try to get a top 5 kicker if you can. That's going to be Harrison Butker, Brett Maher, Justin Tucker, Graham Gano, and Robbie Gould. And Graham Gano is going to probably be the kicker with the highest floor, a.k.a. the absolute safest kicker. I love Graham Gano. Okay. I think it's going to really do it for kickers. I think you'll be able to get a top 5. I don't really see a problem. Robbie Gould or Gano is available in a lot of leagues. And if you get really lucky, you might be able to get like a Brett Maher or Butker. I think you'll be able to get a top 5 defense. Remember, most of the league has given up in your league. Most of your league mates have given up. If not, you know, we got a bunch of other kickers right here. Ryan Suckup did well. I moved him up one spot, so I'm very thankful for Ryan Suckup getting me in one of my championship games. Thank you so much, Ryan Suckup. And that's going to do it for this video. Drop a comment. I will read it and try to answer your question. Thank you so much for all the support this year. And make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel, but also our second YouTube channel that's called Fantasy Couch Podcast. Subscribe to that one as well. Good luck this week. Let's finish off the job we got here. Week 17, championship game. Win it. Get that trophy. Good luck, guys.